Right, hello everybody. So this is our very first attempt at podcasting. We are calling ourselves Above Average Adventures because we believe we are mostly average, and we're playing 5e D&D. We're not too obsessed with the rules, so anyone that does actually watch, that's not really something that we're about. We're just about having a laugh. We're a group of friends that all sort of know each other or know somebody, and we wanted to play D&D, and we've been playing D&D. We've been playing for about 4 weeks, and we've enjoyed it, and we thought, well, we might as well record it. So we're recording it, and if people watch, then great, and if not, we just get to watch ourselves back really sycophantically and be like, "Oh, weren't we good?" So so we're about four episodes in, or four season sessions into our game, and that's about it. We're going to try and get through just this stuff real quick, so we can just get onto the good stuff, which is just playing D&D. My name's Michael. I'm the DM, and I'll hand you over to Jamie.
Lovely. Hello, my name is Jamie, and I'm playing a high elf called Sheik Sheen. He is an artificer. He's just past middle age. He has long grey-brown hair. He's wearing some sort of rugged, leathery sort of get-up. He looks very high-born, and he spent the last 4 episodes taking great pride in cleaning toilets. Should we give any hints towards the story? Or should we just sort of let that come out?
No. Just, I am this, and let it unfold. Yeah. And if people haven't got a clue what's going on, then we are only average. So.
And so are they, because they didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone wanting to watch us? Liam, you're next on my.
Okay, so my name's Liam. Hi everyone. I am playing Pluck, who is a tabaxi bard. He's I'd say he's a bit young in the head, really naive, loves the idea of glory and a glorious adventure. He has recently probably discovered maybe there's a little bit more glory in affairs of the heart rather than affairs of the adventure, but he's very much out to impress his comrades. Definitely not the most reliable of the bunch. Gets in a lot of trouble. He's brilliant. I love him.
Gareth.
Hello, I am Gareth. I'm playing Brian, a half-orc barbarian. He's quite shabby looking, scraggly beard, bedhead, and he's got scars all over him, and that's about it by looking at him.
Thank you. By looking at him. Ben.
My name's Ben, and I am playing a lizard folk druid called Handbag. Handbag was an ex-circus freak who escaped the circus. He's called Handbag because those that kept him in captivity used to try and insult him by saying they would turn him into a handbag, and he just assumes that was his name.
That's just tragic. I should say then, just so that's all our players, that we do have a 5th member, or we have had a 5th member playing Osfrith the Dwarf, who we'll refer to in the session today. But he's gone off to do very grown-up things, and he'll be doing those grown-up things for quite some time. So we're not expecting him back with us for a while. We may have some new players in the future. The other thing is that in terms of this as a group of people, we're playing remotely online. We always have, so it's not a case of quarantine over, let's get back together, because we all live all over in the UK. So this is it. This is what we're doing. Right. Let's play D&D then. So the story so far, as a group of adventurers, you joined up and signed on board the ship, the airship, the Bounty, which was sailing across the ocean carrying a cargo of 40,000 gold within the cargo hold. You were under the captaincy of the halfling captain named Captain Blight. And unfortunately turned out to not be the best of captains, sailors, or even people, and a mutiny was soon breaking out amongst some of the crew and yourselves. You double-crossed them, inadvertently double-crossed the mutinous crew, and sided with Captain Bounty and saved Captain Blight, and saved his life, stopping the mutiny in process. However, by turning on your crew, some of the members of our team were branded with a black mark, which meant that you were paid a visit by the evil, what we'll assume is evil, the evil Captain Silver, who basically shot you out of the sky. Our last session last week saw you plummeting from the sky down to the watery depths below, losing all of the gold and very nearly losing your life, but a clever use of Featherfall just at the last minute saved us. There was multiple casualties, and the party took a lot of damage. Sheik Sheen currently lies slightly conscious, I think at 0 hit points, having been brought round by Brian the half-orc and a very indecisive Osfrith the monk. And Pluck, our tabaxi friend, unfortunately got caught by a piece of wreckage, dragging him down into the sea below, but in a moment of sheer heroism, the lizard folk handbag dived below the depths, caught up with the sinking Pluck, bit through the ropes, and sharing a kiss to share oxygen brought Pluck safely up to the air, which is where we will resume our story. I should also add that our 6th camera slot is our map cam with our very cheaply put together bits of my old Lego, and so that's what you can see there. So over here we have Osfrith standing over the body of Sheik Sheen. I think James had him sort of doing this. I don't know what to do. It was a lovely moment of actually the player becoming the character, and the player didn't know what to do. Brian stands next to him, not wielding his sword. It's just I can't make them do anything else. And very, very far away, I'm afraid I ran out of blue, so very far away past bits of wreckage, we have the giraffe piece, which is Handbag, our druid shapeshifter, and our chipmunk tabaxi. So we'll start the story there. So Sheik Sheen just coming round, seeing a very indecisive monk standing over him, Brian frantically performing CPR upon his chest, beating away at it, and emerging out of the water like an eruptuous volcano. I'm imagining like hair flicking as you come out of the water, sort of Little Mermaid-esque. Is the tabaxi and the lizard folk still in mid-smooch. Over to you.
I want to sustain the smooch for as long as possible.
Oh, so you're just holding on to him?
Yeah, I'm getting very comfortable. Arms around the neck, resting into it.
Are there tongues?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
At that moment, Handbag is going to pull away. We're out of the water.
Handbag pulls away, and you're just sort of left there going, were your eyes closed?
Yes, they were definitely closed. So
it's just a tabaxi tongue just wiggling in the air.
I'll feel the air on my tongue and then be like, thank you, Bag. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my, aren't you strong?
We'll survive.
I'll still hold on to him though. Quick, swim us over there. Swim us to the glass.
So I'm going to swim us over with my one arm.
And your tail.
To where everyone else is, using the tail for momentum.
Sonic style.
I'm still performing CPR.
For God's sake, stop it, man! I'm awake. I've returned. I have returned from the other side. I have seen things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, we're live. What happened?
Well, you are now.
Thank you.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Osprey is just standing by you, and he's like, I'll do my best, James Lee's. I just didn't really know what to do.
How far away are me and Bag?
Sorry, what's that, Pluck?
How far away are me and Bag?
I'd say you're about a 20 feet swim, so the nearest thing to you is a floating bit of the crow's nest, just happens to be about 5 feet from you that you could probably get yourself onto.
Okay, well, I'll start swimming over to that then and sort of lead him back with me.
Okay.
Oh, my tail.
You're pulling Bag by the tail?
No, I told him to hold my tail as I swim that way. Ironically, doggy paddle.
I go to take the tail, realise I don't have an arm below the elbow, and then just swim after him.
Oh, so it's a very important thing to note that Handbag has lost his right arm. Is that right? Or left arm? Right arm, which bore the black mark.
Oh, yeah.
So, which he sort of cursed with. So in the altercation with Captain Silver, the arm, for many reasons, went flying off. So you no longer have an arm there. But as you are swimming through the salty waters, which again are warm, very warm, like heated, just a trail and droplets of blood from the stump just sort of seep into the water, leaving almost like I don't know if you've ever played like The Witcher, when you do that sort of scent thing and you sort of see the trail of scent kind of lurking through the water. It's just seeping through. And similarly, Sheik Sheen as well. I mean, you're very, very low, very close to death, punctured and cut up and beat. Blood drips from you and just infuses itself with the ocean waters below you.
Oh God.
Osferth looks at Sheik Sheen and is like, I think we well, is anybody else alive? And I think we better get you patched up. Brian, if I leave you with that, I'm gonna try and get some more wreckage together and make a bigger raft. And he'll just plop into the water, and we'll just say that's what our friend James is up to.
Wonderful idea. I have some ability in fixing. I'm not bad with tools. Perhaps I could help you with that. Yes, if I could be patched up by anyone, that would be rather nice. Yes.
I mean, I don't know what I'm going to patch you up with. I don't have anything to hand.
Just don't hit me.
I suppose
again.
I can see Sheik Sheen in his condition, can't I?
You would have to shout over, and you can see him lying there. He's not got up yet, but you can certainly see a
So I'll wave at
frailty.
them both, and I'll kind of jump on the thing that we're on as well. Guys, we're alive!
Make an
Back
acrobatics saving throw, please.
Yeah.
Brian, take my hand and wave at them with it.
I'll do that and wave at myself.
A dex.
Acrobatics saving throw, please.
Acrobatics. It doesn't matter. I got like a 6.
You got a 6. So as you jump and go, guys, jumping, shouting with glee to see other people alive, you'll just splash back in, falling backwards.
Can
in
I try and
direction
push
of
him
Handbag.
back again?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Make a sleight of hand check for me, please.
He loves me.
That's a 14.
Yeah, okay. So as he's going backward, just a sort of casual arm pushes forward. In the process of pushing him back, you do dip under the water, you know, that sort of like, but luckily for you, breathing underwater or holding your breath isn't that much of a problem. But you just feel a hand place on your butt pluck as it just presses you back up.
Oh!
Ass trophy. The cat ass trophy.
Have I managed to get Sheik Sheen to Brian's attention?
Okay, I'm now going to climb into the bit of crow's nest.
So you're gonna. So it's like the platform in which the barrel would have been on. By standing on it, and you're both standing on it, it there's not that much room. You would have to kind of go face to face or face to back. You know, and
Face to face is fine.
Yeah, face to face.
walking.
And then I'm going to
around
use
it,
my
process of
quarterstaff as an
shuffling
oar to try and row us over to where
Okay.
everyone else is.
Sure, make a survival check for that, please.
Okay, bear with me 10 seconds.
With disadvantage, please.
That's fine. That is still a 19.
What?
Sure. So, despite the fact that you have one arm and the other still in frantic pain, you take your quarterstaff and manage to
holding on to Pluck with the stump, like putting the stump on Pluck for balance and rowing with the other arm.
Yes, but we have to be very mindful about what you can row with a quarterstaff. I mean, this is a quarterstaff is like what? Like, no, I mean,
a romantic underwater gondola ride.
yeah. You you can't punt off anything. You can't touch the surface. So you are pretty much, if anything, just stirring the water around you.
I did it, and I joined in with my quarterstaff.
I've got this image of like this wonky handbag missing half an arm, being a gondola driver, singing like Ave Maria in this really little troll goblin voice.
And on top of that, just the limitations of the space mean that you have to like stand that close to each other. So you're just staring into each other, just doing this with your arm. It's very romantic.
Oh, we're so in love.
So very.
I'm going to lick my eyeballs whilst I do it to keep them moist.
I'm going to be very confused about what this means. It's a sign of some kind.
So the weirdest. I mean, I don't want to force characters to think anything, but Pluck, could you? I'm really sorry what I'm about to do, and you can refuse this if you wish. Can you make a sort of history, please?
Yeah, of course. I got a natural one.
You don't know too much about the customs of lizard folk. They're not something that you've encountered. But your heart and the signs and the setting are telling you that the licking of eyeballs is most likely a mating ritual.
I'm just going to lean ever so slightly against his chest and just look out to the ocean and be really happy. My tail's got to stand like on end and be really twitchy.
Is there attempts of
Brian.
growing doing anything? Are they getting any closer?
Yeah, how's that going?
No.
How's
No,
he joining the group
I'm
going, fellas?
getting nowhere. Can I sit on the edge of the bit of and just kind of kick and use leg power as a means of moving it forward?
Like using, I would have just gone with just swimming, but sure. Now that I know that you're using leg power, can you leg power?
I'm going to use this leg power to affect physics upon
Swimming,
the ball.
or like trying to be a pedalo.
Trying to be a peddler. So I mean that you're jumping quite a lot of narrative there. So in order to make that happen, first of all, you're stood this close to each other, currently trying to sort of manage a quarterstaff in the water. You're going to have to crouch down or kneel down. So as you do, as you begin to lower yourself, you go from being in the eye contact of have we lost him? Is he there?
Oh no!
Sorry, I think I dropped out for a second, so I couldn't hear you.
Okay, so there's quite a lot to navigate there. There's quite a lot to manage. You can't just suddenly jump down and start kicking with your legs. So you're there licking your eyeballs, staring into each other's eyes as the two of you face each other, and you just begin to go down. Face to face. No words, no explanation.
I think we've lost him again.
I'm gonna think this is too fast. I'm gonna start backing away ever so slightly. I don't think I can handle it.
How many steps do you back away?
A whole one, because as much as I don't think I can handle this, I'm happy.
So you reach back with your foot kind of moving away.
I'm just going to pass in the course.
Your heart wants it, but your brain is telling you it's too soon, and you worry about the adrenaline from the trauma that you have just survived. And as you step back, can you make an acrobatic saving throw, please?
Yes. It's a good one this time. Yeah, it's like a 24.
Okay, cool. So as you step back, you realize that there's nothing up behind you. You begin to wobble, you begin to fall. You quickly right yourself and come forward, slamming into Handbag. Handbag, can you make an acrobatic saving throw, please?
Yeah, that is a 12.
12. So Handbag just with the force of you, goes backwards and straight into the water himself. You immediately feel the stinging sensation in your arm as the salt water kind of reacts with the wound
Yeah, you
itself.
feel that.
Plucky, over to you.
I'm sorry. It was all so fast, and I didn't realize like you were that full on, and then the licking, and oh my god,
I had salt in my eyes.
oh. Did
And
you?
I'm now going to place my good arm, like holding on to the bit of wood, and then I'll just try and swim it over. Now I'm in the water.
You're swimming away from Pluck and just swimming in the water.
No, I'm holding on to the crow's nest that he's in and pushing it towards everyone else.
Okay, so I want to jump to the other players, if that's okay, in a couple of seconds. But as you begin to make some momentum with that kind of platform, you begin to find yourself getting caught up in rigging that is just at the moment kind of floating across the water. So that itself isn't making much budge or much sway. Sheik, Sheen, and Brian, we'll cut to you, and I'm really sorry that we've got to navigate the chat in this way. It's just the easiest way. Sheik, Sheen, and Brian.
Brian, dear friend, and I'll lay a hand on his shoulder. I fear this is the end for me. It's as far as I think I can go. I was a good toilet cleaner, wasn't I? I did do well, didn't I?
One of the best, Shane. One of the best.
You really think so?
I really do.
Thank you, Brian.
Shush now. I'm gonna try and patch you up a little bit.
Does it look bad?
So I take off my red cloth around my forearm, revealing a massive scar, and try and use that to patch some of the wounds that that's on him.
Brian, wait, before. Are you sure it's clean? It's been on you.
Well, I've been in the sea, so.
That's sanitary. Okay, carry on. Sorry, that was very rude of me.
So I'll try and use that to patch some of the wounds up.
Make a medicine check.
That's a non-natural 20. No, non-natural 21.
So it wasn't. Yeah, right, cool. So yeah, 21 is not bad. I mean, the problem is that you notice that you've only got essentially one piece of bandage or one piece of material for what is a heavily shot to pieces high elf. Pushing him over, or kind of just getting behind him, you have a look. I mean, he's still lying down at this point, so he just sort of rolls over to one side. And your whole body, Sheen, just creaks and aches from bruises and in places that you didn't think were possible. And you begin, Brian, to do your best at dressing the wound on the back of his shoulder from where a large piece of shrapnel went. I believe delivered the killing, or would have been the killing blow.
If I die now, I want to have you something. I want to give you something. It's my Dungeoneer's pack. I want you to have it.
What's that?
Well, I'm very glad you asked, actually. It comes with a hammer, 10 pitons, 10 torches. Oh, this is hard. Tinderbox. I've still got 9 rations in there. There's a water skin and, would you believe it, 50 feet of hempen rope. It's all yours.
Shame on you. So, as you, I mean, whatever, all right, fine. But as you sift through the materials that you have, you can have all of that. You can have 1 water skin as well. All right, you can have all of that. It's the best use of, or the best remembering of a Dungeoneer's pack I've ever.
Oh no, I'm just reading it off my inventory. It came with my starter pack, and I was like, I'm never going to use it.
I'm always
starting equipment.
Here we are, these amazing adventurers, and what they're wearing rucksacks while they're on their adventure. You know,
I've got the D&D equivalent of phones. I've got some sending stones I invented just last level.
Handbag's got a handbag.
So, Brian, you were handed these gifts as Sheik Sheen itemizes each one and sort of lays on the very little raft space that you have. Each one
Only
of
if I die.
them, each one of them is laid out in front of you. Over to you.
Thank you. Is there anything I can use to further aid him in that pack?
I think the best thing that could be for him now is a long rest and the magic
hit him on the head.
the magic of the game mechanics, you know. Other than that, I mean, really, if this was real life and not a fantasy game, this man needs hospitalization.
Right, where's
right
Handbag?
right?
Where's Pluck?
They're
Where's Pluck and where's Handbag? Where are they?
They're alive over there. They're just swimming towards us.
Oh,
Can you throw anything to Brian to try and pull us in?
oh. Well, I
Can I
suppose you can have
different
one gift
rope?
early.
Or a rope attached to like the crow's nest that we're on.
No, it's kind of broken loose. It's just a sort of floating platform. There is in the floor itself. In the water in front of you. There is this sort of rigging, this sort of thing here. You know that you would climb up. That sort of is strewn across. It's quite. It would be a tricky swim across, but perhaps there's some of that you could break off.
Brian, can you hear me?
Do I hear Pluck shouting?
Yeah, I don't know. Did you? Yeah, sure. It's fine with me.
Brian, do you happen to have some hempen rope you could throw to us over here
What's he saying?
and pull us across?
His accent's very confusing.
He's asking if we've got any rope what we can use to pull him across. I don't suppose I can use that rope that you just mentioned earlier.
As long as you're asking my permission, so you acknowledge that it is still mine. I am not dead. Yes, you can.
My quarterstaff to try and move some of this like drifting debris out of the way.
You can certainly try. Yeah, by all means, try. Let's make a survival check, please.
I'm gonna make a mess of this. Yay! It's a 13.
A 13. I mean, your staff goes in as it pushes through the water and mixes in with the tightly sailors knots that have composed the rigging. Not much is happening, but you do get the impression as you're pushing force against the climbing ropes that are strewed out across the ocean. You do get the impression that you could probably, in a weird way, maybe not walk, but crawl across it. There's enough buoyancy there.
I have that marvelous idea, and go with that 100%.
Okay. So you could. Are you trying to get to?
I'm trying to get to Sheik Sheen's body.
Sheik Sheen's body. I mean, just the Sheik Sheen would be fine. He's not dead yet. But
It looks like he's dead over here. Definitely.
you can certainly move your way across. It's hard going and it's slow going. You do find midway across. You do find just here, floating in the water, is actually the crow's nest itself, like the barrel that you sat in. So and there is room for two there, a little tub, and with a little bit of ingenuity, you could sort of paddle your way across to them. In the meantime, Osfrith has sort of been doing a similar thing that Handbag was doing. He's been bringing across more kind of raft or more wreckage. So you actually have quite a big playground now, or a big kind of area. See all that black, where you could essentially stand on and kind of and be safe. We'll assume that using the tub. We'll assume that you kind of make your way across.
Okay.
Handbag.
Mm-hmm. Following close. Seeing that Pluck has decided to go across the ropes, I'm just going to swim. I'm going to go under the water and navigate my way through that way to where they are, and then come out of the water and climb up.
Okay. What's your? I assume you have dark vision, and being a sort of a slightly aquatic race, that you are able to see under the water?
I don't think I have dark vision, no. So I'm going to have very limited vision, but very high lizard-based awareness.
Well, let's say that you can make out something. So as you take one gasp of air to fill up those lungs, which are capable of holding so much, and plunge yourself into the warm waters below, you can see kind of slowly sinking down the wreckage of the Bounty, the ship before. It's just falling, really, and if it wasn't for the fact that you knew you were in water, you would still think that you were still in the process of falling from the sky, as it just breaks apart even more, the force of it. As you come back up for air and thinking that you're in the right place, you find yourself in the midst of the second, or just under the second lot of rigging, which is roughly here. It's not so much dangerous, but it takes you, you have to sort of, you pull yourself along through the water, well, in your case, just with your arm. All the while, the blood just dripping from that stumpy arm as the water stings at it. And you make your way onto the raft. And this is the first time, I guess, that the five of you four and Osferth, have been able to stand for a moment still since the events that happened on the airship just 5 minutes ago, really.
Once I'm on the raft and seeing that Eugene is still looking rather unwell, I'm going to make my way over to as close to him as possible, obviously understanding there are other people probably in the way. Can I get to him, or am I going to have to?
Yeah, no, that's. Are you going to make me do a silly check and force me back?
Just asking. Trying to picture everything.
No, I'd say it was. I mean, no one's talking. Everyone's just sort of stood around watching each other get out of the water.
Right.
So yeah, sure.
That's fine. Once I get to Sheen, I'm going to go. Never scary one. Can you hear me? That boomstick you used, you made that, yes?
I don't feel well at all. I don't feel very good at all. What?
The boomstick that you use, you made that, yes?
Who wants to know?
Handbag is talking.
Why? What? Sorry, I was just coming out of a little coma there. Why do you want to know about my weapon, Handbag?
You made it, yes?
What? Why? Why do you want to know about it?
Just, you made it, yes?
Well, why do you want to know about it?
See this.
This conversation is boring. We'll have this later. You are too useful to die, and I'm going to turn him over. So to where the is in his shoulder, where the bit of metal went through. I'd look at the wound for a second, and then spit in it. And at the moment that the spit makes contact with the cut, it's going to be like this when the Holy Grail water gets poured on Sean Connery in Last Crusade, and it's going to fizz and kind of bubble, and then that wound will close, and I've cast Cure Wounds.
So roll a d8 and add your wisdom. But while you're doing that, Osferth is
7 points of healing.
7 points of hit.
Thank you very much.
Like, what are you doing? And he grabs his quarterstaff and he is ready to hit you. Can we just have no more fighting, please?
Whoa, off with love, dear. No worries. Don't worry. Bag knows exactly what he's doing. He's not here to hurt anyone. As you can see, none of us are in a position to start a little bit of a fight, are we, my loves? No?
No.
We're all good.
No.
Yeah?
What happened? Did the captain get away? I remember falling from the sky and then it impacting everything after that is something of a blur.
None of you other than Sheen would know. I'm so sorry. I'll let you role play out. I'm being too controlling. Sorry, go on, Pluck.
I didn't see the captain at all. All I saw was that absolutely horrid man. I don't even know what he was. He just came out of nowhere, and then
Captain.
ship blew apart, and then Bag
Yeah.
lost his arm.
Yes.
It's a fine old situation we're in, isn't it?
So, on the reminder that I'm actually missing an arm, I want to sit down wherever I can find space and examine my stump.
Okay, well, we'll say that you're doing that while the conversation with Pluck and Sheik Sheen
That's fine.
Brian, yeah.
But I don't know what the captain is. Did any of you see him? Did he make it? Did he survive?
No, I didn't see him.
No, the bugger, our captain, the little shit, he took off with the lifeboat. I flipped backwards off the ship. The lifeboat was gone, and then he flew away. We were betrayed. And the other captain, the worst one, he got away. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. What do we do now? Pluck, Ryan, Osforth?
Well, we should have mutinied.
We should have mutinied.
Well, I think we need to rest, but I don't know whether resting just in the open is the best idea. I don't know.
Well, let's take watches then. I'll do the first one. I'm very good at watching.
That's reassuring.
I have some more pressing concerns. The sun is warm.
I did notice that, and it did seem strange, but I've not been out at sea really before. So is this not the way it always is?
Well, the sea is warm and the sun is high. We have no water, we have no food. We don't know how long we're going to be out here.
I have 9 rations.
I definitely did not carry those things with me.
Do you know, I might have an idea. I'm not actually bad at building things myself. The nature of it is very simple. 2 things together, and then I cast this amazing ability called
But
mending.
you can build things.
Yes, I'm an inventor. Did I not? I just, look, everyone has a hobby. Mine is toilet cleaning, but I'm actually an inventor.
Wow.
So I'd like to reach around and grab as many sort of like bits of planks and things and sort of fashion something of a roof for our little raft and sort of spend some time putting them all to work with some smith's tools and building something of improving the raft.
Slow down. So you go, woo! We're not in like some kind of like Animal Crossing where you just sort of bang on something and it's
Who's
done.
ready for a building montage?
In terms of your rations, I'll give you 2 of those rations and I'll give you half a water skin.
All right.
Okay.
Because 2 slices of bread are better than 1 slice of bread.
But as your enthusiasm for building and suddenly feeling like you're in your element here, you stand up. But the pain in your ribs, you've definitely broken a couple of ribs. And while I appreciate handbag cast cure wounds on you, the pain hasn't immediately gone away. So as you stand, you realize you're not quite as sure and as confident on your feet as perhaps your enthusiasm wants to be.
I would like to direct you all on how to do it then. Just the wood, the hammer, the nails. You just do it one by one. We're going to do this, team. We're going to build a good raft.
I'm ready. I grab a hammer backwards. I'm ready.
And then I would like the montage to begin. With hammer in the air going, yeah!
Right, well, okay, it's a lovely sight, and so we will have a montage. But before we do, handbag, you were investigating your wound,
My stump.
your stump. Well, mate, what would you like to know?
I would like to know if there is any capacity of regrowing the limb. I imagine the answer is no. And if not,
away.
What transactional? I've lost my arm, but I am a lizard, so I wanted to grow back. When will it grow back?
it's well out of a mixture of history and medicine. What would I know? And so, what do I need to directly do in this moment to
make it grow?
to help? If you say I can't grow it back, I've already got a plan.
This is the closest thing to a deal with the devil I've heard.
I kind of hope you say I can't grow it back.
Well, I mean, look, the thing is that first of all, you begin to unpeel the loose bandages that you managed to fashion from your rope. You manage to unpeel them from your arm, but as you do, the blood and bandage and cloth has kind of fused together. And so there's a stinging sensation as that bandage rips away, and that sort of gluey globule kind of stuff comes off with it as well. Looking down at the arm, you want to know whether there's any signs of it growing back. I think perhaps there's a problem here that the player is mistaking that because it happened a week ago, it seems like
no, that is. It's not. Is there any signs?
4 minutes ago.
would I know that if it was possible? Is kind of where I'm going.
You might, but as soon as you remove that bandage off, I mean, there's been no attempt to you haven't been able to cauterize it. You haven't been able to stop the bleeding. It's just a mess of blood, and more blood begins to ooze off because you're taking away the thing that was putting the pressure on.
So once I've removed the bandage, and I can see the damage.
You can
I'm
see
going to
and bone.
Yeah, I'm going to cast my produce flame cantrip in my other hand. Look at the stump and apply the flame to the stump, and I will take whatever damage you so want me to take.
You take. What's your spellcasting modifier?
It is. It's +7. It's wisdom.
So is that +4 or +3 for damage? Just without proficiency.
Without proficiency, +4.
+4. So you take. Oh God, Ben! What are your hit points? Please be higher than 12. So as you.
Higher than 12. Higher than 12.
You looking at the stump and the bone and the tissue that is just sort of hanging there. Yep. You produce the flame in your right hand side, in your right hand, and in your left hand and bring it over.
I'm just going to hold it.
Is unbearable, and I mean it's up to you whether you scream or not. But it really.
I'm going to attempt to hold the scream in.
Let's have a look. I think everybody at this table wants to see you do that.
Just
go on.
It's like attempting to swallow the scream. As I'm doing it, the flame is pressed to the mangled stump, and I'm going to hold it there for as long as I possibly can. And
so you're holding it more than just the initial touch, yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying to hold it there to cauterize the wound.
That's another 6 points of damage.
That's fine. And at that point, I'll take it away and slump down where I am.
And all of that was happening at the same time as Sheen shouting, "Let's build this!" And then suddenly you hear this sound, which is a bit, because he's holding the scream in, a bit like a kettle boiling, which is accompanied by the smell of burning flesh.
Yes.
So talk me. Yeah.
Bag! What are you doing? Can I rush over to Bag? I'm like,
yeah, do it. Tell me. Go.
I mean,
rush over to Bag and like hold him. I'm like, what do you just bloody say, you idiot? I can help. And then I'm going to try and seal up what's left of it and try and take away the sting of the burn with a cure wound spell.
Okay.
So that is
this one. Are we really surprised at this point at these actions?
I would say in what's happened over the course of the last day, this is probably quite small, really. I mean, you just survived a 40,000 feet fall. So, how much is the healing wounds?
It's with my it's with my spell attack modifier, isn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, then it's 13.
13. Okay. Cool. So Sheen, you begin looking amongst the rubble for things, amongst the wreckage for things that could be used.
Wood, rope, any sort of metals that are available? I imagine not many metals because we're sinking, or on water rather.
What you have got is you've got 2 crates that are just sort of bobbing along in the water. 1, 2,
okay.
And then there's a series of barrels just off camera over here, and then 3 barrels over here, and then there is more sort of bits of wood and shrapnel and driftwood that you could piece together. I mean, it depends what you're after.
Is there anything, you said some rigging was around, or some sort of like some long wood or some netting?
Yeah. You've certainly got this piece here. Is kind of netting or rigging stuff.
Wonderful. Okay, can I describe what I would like to happen and see if I can make it happen?
Yes, go ahead.
So I'd like to gather, or have gathered for me, I can use Mage Hand to push things in the water and stuff. I'd like to gather all the barrels together, attach them together with whatever wood is possible to sort of make a more buoyant device, shall we say. And then I'd like to get the, whatever would use as like the wooden frame for the netting, for like the sort of, the cross hatch thing there. I'd like to use that and then turn to the group and go, gentlemen, I have an idea. It's a bit whatever, but we all need to take off our clothes, strap them to this, and we will use it thusly as a sail, and we will sail our way back to land. What do you think? And I'll start unbuttoning my shirt.
I think you'd probably need wind, and we'd probably have
no wind.
Not at the moment.
Oh, all right then. Well, who's got the great sword? Who can row?
Whilst I'm clutching my dad.
Everything is still in the water. I mean, that's going to take you gathering that stuff together. That's going to take you some time. And I'd say we're roughly about late afternoon, early evening now. So
I'm inventing.
And it's going to take you some time to gather it all together, and then tying it together, binding it together, making it safe. I think in terms of the grand scheme of things of what you're after, you could probably get that done by tomorrow night. In terms of making something ramshackle and safer, if you compromise your vision, you could probably make a sort of roof, or a sort of a thing
I'll
to
take
sort of
it.
give you a bit of cover. Yeah, but that
I'll
would
take that.
Everybody working towards that action and not having a rest.
So, how about Bag sleeps because Bag is in a very bad way. Sheen, you can sleep later because you need to tell me how to use this. Just gesticulating towards the upside down hammer. And Brian, you're big and strong. Let's make this nice and cozy. How about that? I am such a good leader.
There was a thing
they want to be better.
when I was a hatchling. Tired hatchlings become dead hatchlings. Would it not be better to sleep first, work later?
Well, I mean, we are out in the open. I'm a little bit frightened. I don't like this very large bath that we're in.
I'm a little bit frightened too.
How about this then? How about everyone sleeps and I will take the first watch. We'll all be well rested and we can get our little selves out of here. How's that sound?
I think that
would be options.
Could I have a look?
Wonderful idea.
Could I have a look to see if there's any aquatic life or birds in the sky or in the sea?
Yeah, make animal handling or survival, I guess.
I'm just having a look. I'm not trying to get their attention.
Oh, perception then. Perception. Sorry.
Cool, my friend. Come with us. We're a little lost, you see.
15.
There's I mean, you from what you've told me, you're not sticking your head under the water. You're just kind of looking at the sea, and it's kind of hard to see anything unless you were able to kind of put your head beneath the water and have a look. From what you can see from just looking here, no, you could probably gather there's probably some fish somewhere if you wanted to kind of do some fishing, but that would detract from your time of making the raft. Occasional sound of gulls or the sparrow kind of making its flight overhead, but nothing significant in terms of bird life.
Okay. Okay. So, I won't be able to do that yet, actually. So it doesn't matter.
Right, everyone, I've decided everyone's going to take a nice long nap. I am going to keep first watch. You can all rest easy knowing that I am here, your hero.
Osfrith
Okay.
looks at you and goes, "I think that's a good plan. And I'll relieve you, and I'll take the second watch."
Okay, Joe. Thank you,
And
Oscar.
then,
Very tired.
so, do you want me to take the first watch?
Is Bag already asleep?
Pretty much, yeah. Just
Right.
where he is.
Opportunity. So yeah, you take the first watch. I'm going to snuggle into Bag.
Okay, all right. Brian, if it's all right with you, I'll wake you rather than.
Yeah, that's all right.
And Sheik Sheen gets rest.
Sheik, we ain't doing that.
What? I'm trying to sleep. What? What do you want? My God. Good night. They'll just roll over and go to sleep.
Right, well, it's gonna take you some time to get to sleep because it is kind of early evening. It's not it's not it's still relatively light out. On top of that as well, the adrenaline is pumping through your veins really because of what you've gone through. And when the adrenaline begins to subside, it's replaced with either extreme pain because you went through a lot, or the rumblings of hunger. But sleep does come. Osfrith kind of watching over you, doing his best to sort of provide some kind of safety. It's more of a comfort rather than an actual precaution. But sleep comes. And Sheik Sheen, as your sleep falls upon you, you find yourself waking in a state that is between dream and between reality. As you look round, all you see is darkness. And then a voice. You know the voice. Release me.
No, not you again. Bloody hell, not you again. No, this can't be happening. I'm asleep.
Let me out.
Why do you persist in haunting me? I haven't done a thing, have I? I just invent things.
Together, we're stronger.
What do you want?
I want to live.
Look, there can't be two of us in here. There's only room. There's only room in this body for one. And let me tell you something, my friend. I am that one.
Absolutely
So,
right. There's only room for one.
I'll get rid of you. You'll bloody well see. I'll be free of you.
You nearly killed us today.
You nearly killed us. I was not in control when you pulled that backflipping debacle incident silliness over the side of the ship, was I?
You've never been in control. You're a toilet cleaner.
And a bloody good one too. And a bloody good one too.
You should kill them.
The group.
They're gonna get us killed.
Well, perhaps, but right now we're in the middle of the ocean. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? What would I benefit?
We can eat the corpses.
Oh, no. That doesn't sound appetizing at all. No.
They're gonna get us killed.
Well, frankly, right now we'd die without them. So I think that's a very bad idea, and I don't subscribe to it.
You could do it now. They're all asleep.
And so am I think. And you shouldn't be in my head while I'm sleeping. I'm supposed to be dreaming of home or something nice.
Let me out, Sheik Sheen.
I won't do it.
You won't have a choice one day.
Well, I will find the choice. I will create a choice. God damn it, I will create a choice. So wake me! Somebody wake me up! Somebody wake me up!
And with that, you can wake up.
And I do, and I'll come to and just grab my gun and go.
And as you fire, pull the trigger now.
Bang! And I'll shoot. I'll just pull the trigger.
So the three of you, it's your choice if you want to wake to that. A gunshot suddenly pierces your sleep and your dreams. For those of you that do wake, it's still light.
I wake up, I'm on like all fours, like, what was that?
I shot at a bird for breakfast. I'm sorry to wake you all. It was a nightmare.
Well, I was having a very pleasant sleep. Thank you very much.
What were you dreaming about? I could do with some distraction.
That is none of your business, sir. How rude.
Sorry.
Osforth,
I
do
don't know,
you believe this man? And I'm going to look around for Osforth. Where is he?
He's not there. You know full well he's not there because we've lost James to go do
I
the
know!
But Osforth is not there.
Osforth?
Despite the fact it's still light, how much time feels like it's passed?
Good.
How much sleep do we feel that we've had?
Good metagaming question. You've had enough to have a long rest.
Okay.
Ooh.
And if you weren't any the wiser, you would say it's roughly the same time as it was when you slept. The sun is in the same place. You feel extremely rested. You feel very dry and very hungry.
We should get about getting a way out of here, shouldn't we?
I think we should probably find Osforth best. I mean, I don't know if this is like a morning swim thing that he does, or did he do that on the ship? No, he didn't. There was no water.
Wasn't he wearing a lot of heavy armor?
No, monks don't wear heavy armor. I don't think. Don't they renounce that? I'm just gonna start shouting, Osforth! Osforth! This is enough now. Come along. Starting to really panic.
Can I look underwater?
You can try.
I do not like this at all.
22. I've got dark vision as well.
You got an aqua vision. So you look under the water. Which direction are you looking?
I just go onto my so we're on the raft and I go onto my chest and put my head down, just trying to look around at where I am at the minute, just the closest edge I get to, if that makes sense, and then just look under.
Okay, what did you say that you got? 22?
22, yeah.
Yeah, okay. If you were to be doing this over a period of time, I mean, you can see marine life, you can see fish. It's quite difficult to see the bottom because it's very, very, very deep. You do see a large school of fish, maybe tuna or sardines. I'm sorry, I'm not good with ocean fish. Are sort of moving quickly in your direction, but you're just swimming. It's hard to tell the intention of a fish from a distance.
I would like to make an insight check on those fish.
Good choice.
No, so are they swimming towards us and up, or are they just swimming?
Like swimming towards them and underneath. I mean, they're quite a distance away, but
is there anything? like larger or just making its direction towards us or making
No.
noise? I mean,
Not that you can see or hear. I mean, sound would be very dulled underwater.
yeah.
I'm going to start shaking Brian's shoulders from the surface. I'll be like, can you see him? Did he fall in?
No, I don't. I just see fish.
Oh. Well, that wasn't useful. You
I had
didn't
a look.
eat any for breakfast.
I mean, I can go and try and catch some, but
Can you not see there's a bigger problem at this moment in time? Where is Oscar?
I mean, I doubt he can fly, so he wasn't in the air. But I look.
I fear that if we can't see him on this little raft, and if we can't see him under the water, then it's quite plausible he's simply gone. He might have fallen off in the night. He's only got little arms. He might not be able to swim.
I point at Brian and his huge 7-foot form and say, did you eat Oscar?
Did you eat Oscar?
I didn't know. I went to sleep before him.
Yeah, we didn't see that, did we? I went to sleep, and then
He was on.
I remember him saying he was going to ask you to do the next watch, and he's not here, and you look suspiciously plump.
If it took me a long time to go to sleep, is there any sort of anything I heard or any sort of suggestions as to what it might be? I won't search too hard, but
You'd like to make an investigation check.
I'd love to. Let me just do that. Oh, I got 10.
10. So, I mean, it doesn't take much as you sort of look around. You see a rather large bite mark in the raft that could not have been caused by falling or crashing.
Brian, was this you? Did you do this bite?
I mean, look at the bite. I've got a big gob, but it's not that big.
Just so everyone knows, I haven't eaten anyone either.
No one thought that back. Shh.
You could handle a foot or something.
Oh, I checked Stacy. Is Stacy on my person?
What's Stacy? Sorry.
My pet mouse.
I mean, I love that you check now that we're on, floating water on a steady surface, and didn't bring that up last week when you were falling through the air.
That's on the boat with handbag as well.
Yeah, so you check for her, and you hear a little squeak, and Stacy the dormouse comes running along your arm in front of Handbag and Tabaxi Cat Pluck, who haven't seen or eaten in at least a day. Come running along. Stacy's okay. She runs up your arm and onto your shoulder and just gives you a little affectionate nibble on your ear. Are you happy with these proceedings, Brian?
I'm all right, Stacy. All right, Stacy. Oh, I thought I'd lost you.
Food.
Is that
Don't get any ideas, Handbag. Or you.
I think it could be lucky. It makes the ship more genuine having a mouse on it. Rats on a sinking ship, mice on a modestly successful ship. How about that?
Well, Stacy's staying with me.
What are we going to do about this?
What was that?
Are you looking after this mouse? Are you keeping this mouse safe?
Stacy's my friend.
How long have you known Stacy then? Let's hear about it. How'd you meet?
We were just I was in a tavern.
Oh yeah.
And then there was a bar fight broke out. It's probably my fault. I can't remember.
Wow. What's that?
Are you both bloody delusional? Is this really right now?
It's very hot.
Fight in the raft. Osford is gone. Our human dwarven friend who can speak to us and most likely protect us, because let's face it, he was pretty decent, and he's gone, and we're in the middle of the ocean. I start breaking down.
Oh God! All right, I'm sorry, I didn't sleep well.
We're stuck here. I've got no idea what to do. I'm not actually a navigator. I lied to Captain Blight. I'm on this.
like place both, like, well, I'm going to place a hand on. No, I was going to say both hands. I only have one. A hand on Pluck's shoulder and go. You need to calm down. Panic raises your heart rate. It could explode.
And then at this, I turn into Bag and just curl into him, sobbing, Bag, hold me.
I will very awkwardly keep hold of him. Handbag is going to look at the bite.
Okay. And Handbag, you haven't rebandaged your arm, so
No, I haven't.
There is sort of just, well, you're at droplets of blood just still kind of dropping. Droplets of blood are dropping. Droplets of blood.
So I've not fully cauterized it. There's still enough damage for it to be.
Oh, of course. I'm so sorry. You cauterized it. Yeah. So yeah.
Wound stitch. I cast on it.
Yeah. So it's just Stumpy McStumperson at this point.
Like
So-
a bird of flesh.
You're going to the bite in the raft, but I should also say, because I do believe your passive perception is ridiculously high, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you would be wise enough to figure out that what's happened is that you have, in terms of your long rest, you've slept longer than you intended to. That this is probably a good 24 hours from when you went to sleep, and
Okay.
it only be one shot that has woken you up. If not 24 hours, a good 12. I mean, it was quite an ordeal that you guys went through, and body needed to heal. So you're probably a day out here, and the hunger in your belly would match along with that as well. I'd also say if you guys can't find a way to deal with that hunger in your belly at the end of this day cycle, then we're going to be looking at points of exhaustion.
I'm going to reload my gun.
So Handbag, you're going over to the bite mark, which will say I'll put you all facing the same way, just so it's easier for me to keep a track of.
Just staring at the water.
So the four of you are
I
just
love it.
stood there staring at a bite mark.
So I want to, through either investigation or survival, try and work out the size of the creature that would make the mark.
Sure, yeah. Whichever one you prefer. We'll go for investigation, please, because we're not trying to actually manipulate yeah, we're investigating something, aren't we? We're checking something.
That is 15.
Not giant. Large.
Large.
Yeah, strong jaw, obviously, in order to be able to, and a jaw that can lock in order to kind of really rip through the wood. It's not a clean break. It's a splinterous, ragged and jagged kind of cut.
Okay. So, next thing I would like to work out, which is not directly related to the bite mark, but is there any signs of which direction land might be, or is there anything I remember from being on the boat to position where we are?
Make a history check.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's going to be a high DC.
That's absolutely fine. I'm assuming it would be difficult to work out.
We're all gonna die.
Rolled a 2. No idea.
Yeah, not a clue. Yeah, to be honest, it would have taken a lot anyway, and you knew the chart that you were on, but then the fall sent you in all sorts of different directions.
So, Shikshing, you said you had some rations. How much have you got of that left? I mean, I don't know if the sea has made that useless now, but
It'd only be a morsel to your big eyes, but it constitutes as 2 rations for me. 2 for me.
right. Well, I think I should just start trying to hunt some fish. Or,
Yes.
or
Here, I'll give him one of the rations a go. You could use this for some bait, perhaps. But what sort of means of propulsion can we garner here?
There's no point asking me that. I don't have a clue in any of that stuff.
At worst, one could lie either side of the boat and just paddle. Handbag, which arm have you lost?
This one.
That one? All right, well, we'll put you on the right side of the boat then, and you can paddle.
The only thing is, I think we need something to eat. Or doing that on an empty stomach is going to really cause some problems.
Right you are.
Idea. I sit down near the edge of it and I plop my tail in the water and start wiggling it a little bit. Come on, fish!
Make an animal handling check for that.
That'd probably be good bait.
With advantage, because I
Yeah.
liked it.
Okay, it's still really bad. I got an 11.
Okay, all right. So your tail dips into the, once again, rather warm water. It's almost like a tropical paradise, this. And it's there for some time. You do occasionally get the feeling that something is investigating it, but it then very quickly begins to move away. Brian?
So when the fish are investigating, do I see that and get my javelin out and try and stab it?
Your javelin out, right? Okay. Well, you can make an attack roll with disadvantage, because the fish themselves they are coming up quite kind of, that school of fish now are kind of coming by that you saw earlier, Brian, but they are moving at quite a pace.
Yeah. I'm making an attack roll. Sorry.
Attack roll with disadvantage, please.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'll become really loud now.
This fishing takes forever.
Yeah, that's a 2 + 8.
Yeah, so your javelin goes in very quickly into the water, but not only are these fish moving quick, their pattern is quite difficult to detect because it's also quite frantic.
Yeah,
you can see, because they have come quite high up now, is their flight path. Their fish haven't got a flight path, but their flight path is really frenetic. It's frantic. It's kind of frenzied. And yeah, it's like they're trying to get away from something.
Get away from something, you said?
Did I?
Yes.
I know, but if I waggle harder, and I'm going to wag my tail even harder. I'm
going to have a look underwater again.
Okay.
You're the fish, I'm doing an excellent job.
Okay, make a perception check.
Um, 14.
14.
Yeah, with dark vision.
Okay.
Oh no.
60 feet. Nothing. 50 feet. Nothing. 40 feet. 30 feet.
How long am I looking? Because I don't know how long I can hold my breath for. I think it's my Constitution modifier in minutes.
30 feet out is a giant shark.
Is anyone? I'm looking underneath, so is.
You can see that. You can see that.
All right. I'll get out quickly and get my my great sword. Is it still coming towards us?
Oh, did you find something? Did my wag tail work?
Shark!
It's fin.
Rip
Come
my
out.
tail.
You can all see the fin now. You've got about, because of his perception check, you've got about a 30-foot swim advantage. I mean, this thing swims fast, but you've got a slight advantage here.
I don't know what to do with that advantage.
I'm going to get a javelin out and throw one at it.
Okay. Well, let's all roll initiative then, please.
Fantastic.
Did that happen before or after I throw it?
A surprise round.
Okay.
I'm just going to nip away. Just roll initiative for me, please, and if you could put it in the chat, that'd be great.
Yeah. You guys want to tell me yours and I'll put it in?
Okay.
Yeah, I've rolled a 17.
That's a 4.
And I have an
Oh,
idea.
God. Oh, no.
That was a 2 plus 2.
I am very sorry if what I'm about to do doesn't work.
Great. Shikshi, what's your initiative roll?
You're mute.
Darling.
You're muted.
14. Sorry.
Oh, I need to make an attack roll, don't I?
Mm,
We're all gonna die.
you can't lasso a shark, can you?
We can't get away from it. Like, we're gonna have to.
Well, good news, I hit it. Unless it's got a really big AC.
It might do.
Might do. We don't know.
I'd be very grateful if anyone could play the Jaws music. I'm using up all my devices, so I couldn't play it. So okay, so you suddenly see the fin of the shark kind of begin to come out of the water 30 feet away from you, bearing down quick in your direction. Brian, you rolled a 4, but you would get a surprise round as you begin to throw a javelin. What you hear next is an unexpected sound. And a surprise out of nowhere. Boom! To hit, where am I? Sorry, I need to write things down. +2 to hit. Brian, you suddenly feel behind you a sword comes swinging at you. What's your armor class?
15.
15 to hit, yeah. As a blade stabs into the back of you, dealing 3 points of damage, and then quickly dashing past and jumping into the water. You get a flash of goblin green skin as it jumps into the water. It lands on the back of a reef shark, which comes up from underneath the raft, and the goblin rider of the reef shark kind of dashes off away. There are now 2 sharks, one larger shark and then a reef shark. Sheik Sheen, a 7 to hit.
Misses.
Do I? Sorry.
What's that, Brian?
Do I throw the javelin still?
Wait. You got your surprise round, but other people got theirs first. So another goblin comes running and slashes at Sheik Sheen, misses, shouts out of frustration, and then jumps into the water as well onto the back of another reef shark.
Motherfucker.
And then a javelin comes flying through the air at Handbag for a 9 to hit.
Misses.
God damn it. Brian, your go.
So the original shark that I spotted,
Yep.
I threw a javelin at it for a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, roll damage.
So that's a 10 total.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's all I can do for my surprise thing, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Would I be able to rage?
No.
Okay.
No. It's a surprise attack. It's not a full round.
Okay.
So the goblin that ran through and cut you, jumping onto the reef shark, is frantically looking behind, trying to find an angle of view. Fires a javelin through the air at you again, Brian, and that is a 20 to hit. And you take 4 points of damage as the javelin comes flying through the air into you.
So what was that damage? Sorry.
That was 4 points of damage. The hunter shark that he is riding swings round and begins to make descent into the water. You don't know where it's gone. Goblin Rider. Next in the order is Bag. It's your go.
Okay, so first things first.
Bring that down a little bit.
That's loud. So first things first, I'm going to look up into the sky above, and out of the ether appear a pair of giant eagles. And then once they have appeared in the air, they get their own initiative roll, which is a 12. And then I'm going to kind of run along the raft and swan dive into the water. And at the moment I touch the water, I am turning myself into a giant octopus.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay. All right.
Fuck.
Okay. And you've not taken any damage yet, have you?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Okay. Next in the order with a 15 is Pluck.
Oh, there goes my plan. So there's 2 sharkies in front of me.
There are currently 2 sharks in front of you. Yeah.
All right, and they can see me, can't they?
They can indeed.
In that case, I'm going to cast fear upon them.
Nice.
And so they need to succeed on a wisdom saving throw. That beats 15. Otherwise, if they fail, they need to get as far away from possible. It does say that if they don't have a line of sight to me, then they can make a wisdom saving throw. However, since we're on the ocean, I imagine they always have a line of sight to me, correct?
Well, if they go underneath the raft, then they won't be able to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you cast your fear spell. Did you shout anything to do it? Is it just like a cast you, or?
It's just a cry. It's just a really really big megalodon appears as my fantastical image.
Okay, so the shark, the shark that hadn't gone under the water, that was swimming away from you with the goblin rider, from what you could, that it uses its reaction, right, to move away, and the goblin rider on top of him, he begins trying to position himself further and further forward. He's kind of now just leaning his and kind of positioning himself very precautiously. I'm afraid I only have a crocodile. Very precautiously on the edge of that crocodile, the edge of that. I don't have a goblin either. I only have a skeleton. But he's on the nose end of and they are swimming as far as they possibly can away, which in this case is gonna for now is 40 feet. But you're right. There's a problem. There's no end of line. The great shark, though, the giant shark, is unperturbed. That's coming towards you, and as you can also ride, who also passes the save. Its rider is a very buff and built goblin with murder in his eyes, waving his great club kind of maniacally, and you notice that his hat that he's wearing is a Napoleonic hat. Quite like the hat seen on Captain Blight.
Oh dear. Oh well.
Well, I'm concentrating up to 1 minute, so I'm just gonna hold this phantasmal image.
Okay. Next in the round is Sheik Sheen.
So when you say he looks a little bit like Captain Blight, you mean it's Captain Blight riding a giant shark?
He looks like a goblin riding a giant shark, wearing a hat, which is
emblem of.
Yeah, to
right.
Good friend Captain Blight.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I needed to. It says as well, whatever sees me and doesn't succeed, drops whatever it's holding as well. I don't know if that's important for the goblin that went away. Sorry about that. Go.
I would like to use my action to pull my pistol from its holster, take aim at the rider of the great shark, and I'm going to take a shot towards him. And I'm
yeah.
going to use my Thundermonger to add 2d6 if I hit.
Oof.
Thundermonger.
Thundermonger, baby. So
And
25 to hit.
oh gosh, that hit. Yeah, that hits.
Nice. And I shall roll some damage.
You shall.
8, 11 plus 4. That's 23 damage.
Oh my god! So as the bullet booms out of the barrel of your gun, flying through the air at a hurtling pace, connecting with the goblin's face, and his head has no choice but to just explode, leaving just the hat. And disconnecting, the head comes off, and the hat just flies through the air, and the body of the goblin drops into the sea, taken care of before he even got a gun. Yeah.
Then Sheik's just going to go "Ah!" and reach for a pellet to reload his gun for his bonus action, and then I guess that'll end my turn.
Yeah, it's a brilliant turn. We were making lightweight of these. So next is the giant shark. It is flying at a pace. It smashes itself. Well, it doesn't smash itself. Instead, it's going to breach itself completely and beach itself and take a massive flying leap out of the air, jaw open, and do that thing that killer whales do to penguins. You know that horrible thing they do where they slide across the ice?
Yeah.
And it's going to come straight for Brian. It will pass the giant octopus.
It'll pass the giant octopus.
It might pass the giant octopus.
It would have. It's past the giant octopus now. So that is where is it? That hits. It's like a 25 to hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Brian.
Come on, fishy!
Very death in the face.
I'm going to get quinted.
You take 27 points of damage, and you're not raging. Can you also make a strength saving throw, please?
Yeah.
You know.
Saving throw.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. 18. We'll contest. Yeah. So the shark is trying before sort of take you with it into the water behind, but you sort of manage to just bat it away as its teeth rip into your flesh. It falls into the water behind and continues to move. Next in the order is another shark, I'm afraid. So who's up on deck? Pluck. What's your armor class, please?
It's 17.
Oh, so another javelin comes flying through the air and whizzes past you. You hear frustrated from the goblin on board. The shark itself can't do much at the moment, so it's going to swim under the raft itself and then boom, bash it with its. Can you all make strength saving throws or athletic saving throws if you are on the raft?
Oh God! What about acrobat? Do you say acrobatic?
Yeah, go for acrobatics. Yeah.
You got a
15.
15. Yep. Yeah.
12.
12. In you go into the water, my friend. Blood everywhere already because you are bleeding quite heavily. Yeah. Anyone else? Plucky.
What? Sorry.
What's your strength saving throw or your acrobatic saving throw?
Oh, 15 I got.
Okay, cool.
And
yeah,
mine.
so the two of you good, but you watch as Brian just still reeling from the shark bite, the shark attack, into the water behind you. It is now the turn of the eagles.
Okay, so eagle number 1, as I'm naming Brutus, is going to fly down and pick up Brian from the water in its talons and then fly back up again.
Yeah.
He's out of the water.
Oh, wait. Brian, a giant eagle comes down from the sky and tries to grab you.
It is. You can
Are
contest.
you okay with that?
Well, do I see the eagle come down and go for me?
Yeah, yes.
Or do I have to make a dexterity saving throw?
If you're going to try and dodge an eagle, yes.
Okay, so it's something I can see.
Yeah.
That's a bit advantage then.
An eagle, or actually, yeah, okay, go. We'll do that.
So that
Oh.
21.
21. Yeah, so you bat off against this eagle, which is just flapping its wings frantically at you in the ocean itself. Yeah, handbag, anything else that you want to do?
Okay, so that was Eagle 1 that failed to get Brian out of the water. Eagle 2 is going to attack the Goblin Rider.
Yep, on the not on the giant shark and
on the giant shark.
No, the giant shark, he's dead. That Goblin
the
Rider.
one that's
Plus,
alive.
yeah, sure. So make an attack roll, please.
So it's a multi-attack. So first one is 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Second one is 22 to hit.
Yep.
So the first one is a beak attack, and he takes 6 points of piercing damage.
Yep.
And then the second one is a talon attack, and that is 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Cool. Slashing from this octopus has sword.
It's from the talons, so it's like it's beak and then whoa.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Sure. Next in the order is still not Brian. Still not Brian. The goblin, which is being attacked by Mr. Octopus, is gonna try and fight back by plunging its sword into it. And he completely misses.
Nothing's being attacked by Mr. Octopus. It was Mr. Eagle.
Mr. Eagle. Okay, sorry. So he's just batting all the slashing and the clawing. He can't seem to find a way in at that. Okay, Brian, it's your go.
Okay, so where am I in the water? Okay, so that's the shark that just attacked me.
No, the shark that attacked you that went across the raft and behind you.
Okay, well, I'd like to get. Would I be able to get out of the water?
Absolutely.
I'd like to do that. Is that half of the movement?
As you get out of the water, the shark and the goblin are going to take attacks at you that are right in front of you. And the shark, the shark hits with a 22 to hit. We're all on different line. And you take 13 points of damage.
Okay. Not looking good at all.
The only person that's taking damage.
Yeah, ironically, because I didn't take anything the last session, and now I'm like getting pummeled.
Okay. Yep.
So am I on the thing now?
Yeah, you're on the. Yeah, you can make an athletic saving throw to try and pull yourself out.
18 plus 8.
Yeah, okay. So despite the fact that you're being bit at and pulled at and stabbed at, Brian manages to slam his arms on and push up and get onto the raft. Anything else to do?
I'd like to rage.
Yeah, probably need to, don't you?
Very much so, yeah. So I'm going to rage and take another javelin out and hit that shark
directly in front of you.
Yeah, is it? So there's the goblin rider behind as well.
There is a goblin rider behind on a shark, yeah, which you can see as you're getting out of the water, and then there is the giant shark that's gone away.
Okay. So I'm gonna go for the one that attacked me first.
Yeah, sure. These two are under the water though. You
Okay.
don't know where. Yeah, okay. So the one directly in front of you, yeah, make an attack roll.
So a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit. Yeah, roll damage.
That's a 10 total.
10 total. Okay, so you throw your javelin in, and
I'm hitting the shark, not the rider.
Yeah, and it slams into the side of the shark's fin, and the sort of fin begins to erupt. More blood enters into the blue sea.
I'm just gonna go. Oh, like
so you're raging now, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So top of the round,
looking
the
really
shark,
rough.
you suddenly all feel again a slam as the sort of wreckage that you're standing on, the raft that you're standing on, again is bumped. If you're stood on the raft, can you make a dexterity saving throw or an athletics saving throw?
Mine's 24.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh my god, mine's a natural 1.
Okay, so Sheen
24.
goes tumbling into the water. Is there anything you want to do as you begin to fall into the water?
I can't use my reaction to try and reach out, throw a hand out for anybody.
No, I'm just more concerned about your gun and the impacts of water getting in it.
I was going to ask about my gun and the effects of water. It's called a thunder cannon. It doesn't say anything in the rules or the description of it that says it can't be used underwater, but it depends on the law. Because I know what you mean, firing a gun underwater is maybe half the distance.
I'm thinking now half the distance. Yeah, sure. Maybe it's more difficult to reload it.
Maybe reloading takes an action instead of a bonus action.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you fall yourself into the water, tumbling and toppling in, and see just in front of you a horrendous face of a shark. Brian, did you make it?
Yes, 24.
Okay, cool. So next in the order is there's only one goblin alive. So next is Handbag. It's your go.
Okay, so in my giant octopus form, I'm going to look around for the giant shark.
Yeah. It's. I mean, you're here.
Let me just make sure I can see the map. Bear with me. Yes.
Giant shark is swimming away this way.
Okay. So I'm going to.
It's a good 35 feet away.
That's
Sorry,
not.
I just had this image of like in Avatar when he jumps onto the thing's back and ties his hair into the thing. I've got this image of like Handbag doing the same thing but with his tongue into the shark's gills.
Maybe late. So yes, I'm going to swim after the giant octopus.
Wait.
60 feet. Not the giant. I'm going to swim after the giant shark.
Wait. So the giant shark is about 50 feet that way, but because you're under the water, the goblin and the goblin rider, they're underneath the raft where they're ramming it, so you can see that one very well.
Okay, that's fine. I'll go for that one then.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack it with a 22.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
So. That is 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
And the giant shark, not the giant shark, the shark under the raft is grappled.
What, it doesn't have to make a save?
Nope.
That's
not till its turn.
That's a load of bullshit. Because you've not got all the advantages anyway. Right, next in the order then would be Pluck.
I feel like a very spare part here. So there is a shark about to munch on Sheik Sheen. I can see that, can't I?
Yep. Yeah. You can see that. Yeah.
Is that a goblin on the shark?
There is a goblin on that shark. Yes.
I would like to jump onto the shark.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
okay.
I'm all about that.
Okay, make an acrobatics.
I got 24.
Okay, so what's your armor class?
It's 17.
Oh, damn it. Okay, so as you leap over, the shark takes a sort of bite into the air and misses, and you find yourself sort of going face to face with the goblin rider in front of you.
And now it's this point where I decide to cast Thunder Wave.
Okay, is that concentration?
It isn't. It's just an instant.
That's a damn shame. All right, okay, cast Thunder Wave, please.
Okay, cool. So it's a 2d8. That is that.
What's the save?
The save is 15.
It's what? Sorry, 15.
Yeah, 15.
And what? Is it con, strength, intelligence, wisdom?
It's a strength one because otherwise it'll be pushed back 10 feet. 10 feet.
Okay. No. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, I think I've read that correctly. And with my spell attack modifier, that's 21 points of damage.
Damage.
Yeah.
Just gonna check the spell. Sorry.
No, that's fine because I might have read it wrong.
Thunder Wave.
Yeah, Thunder Wave.
Exciting combat, slowing down.
Should be everyone in a 15-foot cube around me, which is...
It's a Constitution save.
All right.
It's okay. And so, and it's a 15-foot cube around you. So if you're the circumference,
Yeah, I know.
So, Sheen, can you make a Constitution saving throw, please? Both the rider and the shark, they both fail. I'm trying to figure out what 15 feet would be.
I got 21.
So on a failed save, so you will take half as much damage and you won't be pushed. Okay, so you are going to get hit here, Sheik. Okay, cool. And it's thunder damage, right?
It is.
Right. Okay, cool. Roll your damage then, pal.
Yeah, it's 21 damage to hit.
21 damage. So the goblin just completely explodes. Is wiped off the mat, and the shark suffers the same fate. Sheik Sheen, you take 10 points of damage.
Can I use my bonus action now?
Yeah, why not?
Great. In that case, I turn and point at Sheik Sheen and cast Healing Word.
You would, but as you've cast the spell, you can't cast another in your bonus action. So
I
you're just...
point at Sheik Sheen, forgetting that I can't cast another spell, and go, heal! And nothing happens.
So yeah, that's good. It's actually Sheik Sheen's turn, which is good news.
So after all that, the shark's still quite close to me. There's still one goblin on one's back, or the goblin died then?
So yes, so in terms of you've fallen in the water, and what would be an incredibly perilous situation is now not so much. There is currently a shark and a goblin doing battle with an octopus and a giant shark somewhere.
Right. If I got on the raft, would the battling goblin still be within sight?
No, because it will be currently underneath the raft in the arms of an octopus.
All right. Then I would like to. Would it? Sorry to keep asking silly questions. Would it be my action or just my movement to get back onto the raft?
I would just call it your movement, but I will make you make an athletics save.
All right then. I would like to take a shot at the goblin that I can see from under the water.
Make an attack roll, please.
I shall do this.
Ben, what's your armor class as a giant octopus?
11. Oh, that's exactly what I just rolled as 11. I don't know if that hits him, but
so roll your damage,
I'm not aiming for you. Right. Well, I will put Thundermonger into it. So that is 8 plus 14. That's 22.
22 points of damage. So you take your shot. In the water, it's hard. You're falling backwards. The bullet ricochets out of the barrel and bubbles begin to emerge. It's very difficult, though, to pick a target when there is a mass of tentacles and shark fin and goblin rider. And as the bullet rushes towards its intended target, a tentacle of octopus. And this octopus, by the way, only has 7 limbs, may I add, Ben. I don't care what you say, you're having 7 because you're the bullet kind of embeds itself at force into the arm of the octopus. How much damage did it take?
22. Did I say 22? Yeah.
So handbag, you take
If it
22 points.
Then I would like to say, and then swim back to the raft, climb onto the raft, and if it only costs my bonus action on land to reload, I'm going to reload my gun and just go, I shot an octopus. Shit.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. It is now the turn of the eagles, who are going to struggle because everything's underwater.
Mm-hmm. So, seeing as they can't attack anything because they're in the air, they just want. I just want them to fly around and look for the giant shark to see whether it's going to see what it's doing, whether it's still swimming away or it's going to come back round.
Okay. That's all of the giant eagle's turns, right?
Yep, that's all they can do.
Okay. It's funny you should ask as to what the giant shark is doing, because it's currently making a beeline for an octopus.
Okay.
And that is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Jaws clamp in around the octopus. You take 6, 9, 15 points of damage.
Okay.
15 points of damage as it rips at you. Can your octopus also make a strength saving throw to see whether it can hold on to its target?
Yeah, of course.
Does anyone remember the cult classic giant shark versus giant octopus?
What did you get, handbag?
20 non-natural.
20 non-natural. Yeah, you're okay. You're currently in battle with a shark. We're back now to it's not Brian's turn. It is the Goblin Rider. He's going to take a swing under the water with his breath held magically. He's going to take a swing at the octopus as well with a 19 to hit. And you take 4 points of damage, octopus.
How many, sorry?
4.
4, that's fine.
Brian, it's your go. You can't see nothing because everything's underwater. Everything's underwater. The sea is perfectly calm. There's a shark swimming a long way off, terrified of Pluck, with a goblin on it, equally terrified. The water is calm apart from the blood and the bodies and a hat that once belonged, well, looks like it once belonged to Captain Blight.
If I don't know where anyone is underwater, do I?
No.
How far away is this shark next to oh yeah, that's the underwater one.
Yeah.
Okay, so is the one that's pelting it away like a ways off?
I would say by now it's about 60 feet away.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna hold my action for it to hit something if it comes up.
Okay.
Except if it's an octopus or handbag.
Okay. Your rage will drop.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'll, with my free action, Pluck, a little help.
Okay. The shark that you were mid-battle with, the one that you have currently grappled, I assume it makes its attack rolls with disadvantage because it's grappled, yeah?
Yeah, or it can use its action to escape the grapple.
No, we'll attack with disadvantage.
Okay.
So that is a 12 to hit.
Against me?
Yep.
That hits.
Okay. And you take. You take. Well, you take a lot of damage. You take 16 points of damage as its jaws clench into the tentacles of octopus and begin to make sushi soup.
Okay.
How are you doing?
The giant octopus form drops.
Okay.
So I'm now a lizard bear hugging a shark
With one arm.
with one arm.
Once not so different, you and I.
Oh god. Right, I've suddenly become slightly terrified. So next in the initiative order is Bag. It's your go.
Okay, so I'm going to let go of the shark.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
Seeing as I'm now just bear hugging it as myself. I'm
I
going.
think you're holding on to it now rather than grappling it. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'm just holding it. I'm not big enough to grapple it. So I'm then going to use my other use of wild shape and just turn back into a giant octopus.
How thrilling for the sake of the story. Brilliant, thank you. Is there anything else that you would like to do? Because that was your bonus action, wasn't it?
That was my bonus action. So yeah, I'm going to now attack the giant shark.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Roll to hit.
That is a 24.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. So you're yeah, sure.
So it only takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage, but it is also grappled.
Is it now?
You can check.
No, I'm not interested enough to check. Right. Pluck, it's your go.
Okay, so I'm still kind of sat on this exploded shark's carcass, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so with
Of an exploded shark, yes.
With what Brian said before, I'm going to jump on over to the raft. Do I have to do a check of any kind, or will that be okay?
Yeah, make an acrobatics check, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's an 8.
Okay, so you take a jump to try and reach the raft and instead just plummet under the water. And the sights that you see are truly horrific. Amidst the blood and body parts, you see an octopus mid-battle with a hunter shark and a great white, and a goblin just having the time of his life, just slashing away as best as he can, before you then resurface again and see your two friends, Brian and Sheiksheen, stood above on the raft. It's a very different world. It's a picture of absolute carnage and chaos, and then just calm. There's two people who stood there going, "Is the fight over?" Like, what?
Big sharks! And then can I duck back down?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Big sharks! And then I duck back down. And then I'd like to cast.
I just love the lack of context. You know, they're just sort of, big sharks!
Always giving them. I'm going to, noticing that the only thing that's attacked us has been sharks, I'm going to safely assume that my druid friend is the big octopus.
Okay, yeah, sure.
They're in love. I know.
Just by the way he moves.
I might do a terrible thing here now anyway. But the goblin on the shark.
Yep.
I'd like to cast a cloud of daggers around him.
Okay. What does that do? You
So,
like that? I
do like that spell. It was a very popular one from our previous
cracker.
Mike. So it's a concentration spell of 1 minute, and it creates daggers in a 5-foot cube around the point that I choose, and it's 44 damage whilst they're in that zone.
Okay.
Big damage as the or leave that zone as well.
So as your concentration shifts to the cloud of daggers, which will affect him if he starts his turn there, your concentration on the fear spell drops.
Oh yeah. Oh crap.
Well, he's been keeping track of that one, hasn't he? He's been waiting for that.
Yeah, I knew he'd forget.
Underway, isn't it?
That's the end of your go then. Sheik Sheen, it's now your turn.
I'll turn to Pluck and go. Do we stop now? Should I start cooking something? Is that it? And then I'll peer and I guess maybe see that the shark has sort of lost its fear. And I'm just gonna take a pot shot at it in the distance and go. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a crack shot, but watch this. And I'm gonna take a shot. I don't know how far away it is. Whether it's with, I think it's 150 feet. Is without disadvantage.
You're in range. You're in range then.
I'm in range. Let me just double check that just to be sure.
No, you're in. We'll just say you're in range.
Yeah.
It's 60 feet out, which is quite frustrating for me.
15.
To hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
I shout. I'm gonna use the thunder cannon, the thunder monger, because why wouldn't you?
Thunder manga.
Can you just use that again and again and again?
Yeah, I just looked it up. It works a little bit like the rogue sneak attack because the artificer isn't like a spell casting, a direct spell casting. It kind of works like rogue sneak attack. Apparently, you can just use it every time. So the 15 plus 8, that is 23.
23 points of damage as the shark
Big
is just
hit.
beginning to make momentum again. Just boom out of the water, and the goblin just flies with it and then lands himself in the water. There's now a goblin 60 feet away, just
Can I swipe at it when it goes away?
I'm kind of hoping that the piercing of the bullets is creating some sort of blood pool around it, maybe distracting the sharks a little bit.
So that shark is dead. The shark that just got its turn back is dead, and now there is a goblin 60 feet out. What do I do about that? Just a
Get that guy. And then I just like to use the rest of my turn just to reload the gun.
It was the goblin. It was the shark's turn. The goblin in the water is. It's just going to start swimming, really, away.
In what direction is he swimming?
He's going away from the raft, back the way they came. He's just going to look at that and just go, "No, I don't want any of that. No, no, thank you." It is the eagle's turn. I mean, it'd be a bit cruel, but I think I know what you're going to suggest.
No, I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. I'm not going to murder the goblin.
But the eagles are hungry.
But what I am going to do is get the giant eagles to fly as high up as they can, which is 80 feet higher than they are, and see if they can see land.
How far is their vision?
Bear with me, that's on a different tab. They've got keen sight, so they've got advantage on perception.
Yeah, but how far is their vision?
I don't know. How would I work that one out?
I don't know, but I mean, you know, we're on the ocean. It's relatively flat. There aren't hills in the ocean, so I imagine all they can see is the horizon. So they can't. That's what I'll go with. They can see the sea. It's calling, and no one knows how far it goes.
With the
sail in my wind behind me, one day I'll know.
I don't know if this
If I
helps.
cross the line, who's telling how far I'll go?
I don't know if this helps, but if I chose the eagle totem later on, it would be a mile.
Well, on that basis, you have no idea how far it goes.
Okay.
But it is calling out to you. It's calling.
That's fine.
There's only a few people that got on the chat that got that reference.
I'm enjoying the Moana reference.
Yeah. So now though, Ben, it is that giant shark's go, and it is going to take some swings at you. So I've already It is a 19 to hit, even with the disadvantage in.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Shark's hungry.
Hungry shark.
1, 9. You take 50. The octopus takes 15 points of damage as that giant shark is just. Next in the list of goes is Brian.
Yay! I still don't know what's going on.
I told you they were big sharks.
All I heard was sharks. So I'm gonna like hobble over to the side of the raft, and look underneath.
Okay, which way are you looking underneath the raft, or are you looking?
Well,
Shall
I saw Pluck go underneath the raft, so I'm gonna go to the other side and look under.
Okay, so you're gonna go round the other side. Okay.
Round the outside,
so-
round the outside.
Round the outside, round the outside. Make a perception check, please.
It's 3 plus
And it's
5.
3 plus 5 is 8. So you can see giant shark, goblin, octopus, and a hunter shark fighting. You can see a tabaxi sort of floating in an almost like, is it Akira, the thing, or Ghost in the Shell sort of floating in the water behind that. And then behind him, in the distance, is an enormous, giant monstrosity of a shape.
Oh my god.
I just see a shape.
Did you not think it was a bit too easy? Yes, there's a. Well, mind you, Brian's nearly dead.
Yeah, I am.
Through,
I am fooked. Like,
burned through handbag, and Pluck has been doing some damage to Sheik Sheen for me, so that's good news. So, anything else that you would like to do on your turn, Brian?
I'll come back up and say, big thing down there, and shit to
Big thing and to Sheik
yes,
Sheen.
to Sheik Sheen, very panicked and like,
He's an octopus. It could just be oil.
no.
Shit.
In the meantime, the Goblin Rider takes its sword, looking for an opportunity within the flailing tendrils of the octopus, and slams it into its beak and face. Beacon face. And it's 8 points of damage. Boy.
Okay.
Beacon face.
You're okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
the daggers.
Oh god, yes, it does take the cloud. Does it start its turn in there? Yeah. Shit. Right. Okay. How much damage is that?
It's
All of it.
All of the damage. Take all of the damage.
Roll high.
Roll high.
18.
18 points of damage. Yeah. So it goes to take that stab at the giant octopus. Delete that damage, please, Ben, with handbag. And as it's about to make contact with the octopus's skin, it just looks at the daggers and goes, "Oh shit!" And the daggers flip into it. And you just, those of you that are stood on the raft itself, just feel this sort of oddly satisfying sensation of a bump as the goblin body just sort of floats and hits underneath it.
Well, it was underwater, so it probably just went.
That's a good noise.
The hunter shark, which is currently grappled with you, handbag. Is it? No. Sorry, it's free. It's the giant shark that you've got. So that is a non-natural 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Was that hunter shark near the goblin, or was it not? Just from.
Well, where were the daggers? Were they not around the goblin?
A 5-foot cube around the goblin, yeah.
5-foot cube.
Oh,
around it, or like all around? It's a full cube. Yeah, no, it takes damage as well. So roll damage, please.
I forgot I was supposed to be doing 2 attacks per turn. That's so annoying.
I don't think you've even had an attack yet, though.
I've just been throwing javelins like
17.
17 points of damage. That's annoying. That's that spell's annoying.
Good spell.
In my last campaign, I used it like over and over.
But nevertheless, jaws lock around the octopus, and the octopus takes 8 points of damage, please.
Okay.
Okay. Does damage not affect your grapple?
Doesn't say so.
I'm gonna be googling octopuses next, ruining my
pictures.
handbag. It's your go.
Okay. Seeing as I'm still grappling with the giant shark, what I would like to do is pull it out from under the raft.
Okay. Well, let's do strength and contest. Let's do strength and contest.
Okay.
25 to beat.
25.
Okay.
Natural 20, sorry. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are pulling a giant shark. Yeah, you are ripping it and pulling it towards and out so it's visible. So now if anyone was to look over the raft itself, they would see this sight of 7 tentacles flapping around a great shark as its teeth gnash. There's this horrific splash of water. And if you didn't know any better, you would all just think that this is just some weird mating thing between a shark and an octopus rather than a fight itself, because there doesn't seem to be any kind of damage going on. It's just a pulling contest.
Do
Yeah,
I get my held action?
When did you hold your action on your
Oh,
last
it
turn?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's gone.
All right, cool. Thank you for your honesty. Brian, handbag, anything else that you would like to do?
Would that be my action to do that?
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
My giant shark.
Then
But you're moving it. You're pulling it out, yeah?
yes.
So the other shark is going to take a bite at you using its reaction with 16 points to hit. 16 to hit, sorry. Oh, roll good. Yes! Sorry. 16 points of damage as its jaws snap into you.
Okay.
Just wondering.
Being okay.
Just wondering. That shark is moving to attack handbag. Does that mean it takes more damage from a cloud of daggers?
No.
Oh,
No, it doesn't. How long does that spell last? 1 turn, right?
1 minute.
10 turns.
10 rounds.
It's such a good getaway spell as well. Just pop
Can you
it in the
move it
corridor
as
and
well?
run.
No, I can't move it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. You've burnt through all of these enemies, really. So I've got 2
There's
left.
a megalodon behind me.
Big ass shape I saw. A big ass shape.
It could be land.
So it could be land. Land has just gone nowhere. It's all right. I'll come to you. Yeah. Look, it's now your go.
So I'm not, I'm gonna vicious mockery the shark in front of me
You tell that shark.
Go on.
while sustaining the seeing the cloud of daggers and how successful it's been. I'm gonna vicious mockery the shark with a.
And is that the giant shark or the one that's got the daggers on it?
The one that's got the daggers on it.
After what you've just said, I'm not sure we can upload this. I think that language is too much.
Instantly.
Yeah, it surprisingly it passes that very scathing attack of bubbles. So
In that case, I look at it and I just kind of go. Surely that's vicious.
As you do, you begin to suffocate
Oh God! Oh no!
because you open your mouth and let in a load of water.
I swim up.
Do you now?
I haven't used my movement.
Okay, so you're currently what, 10 feet under the water, so, or maybe 6 feet under the water. So yeah, you can swim up, but can you take 3 points of damage?
He's so nasty to me.
It's that was your go. Do you want to use your bonus action to do anything, pal?
Am I my head above water?
Yeah.
And I can see Brian's in a little bit of a state.
Yeah.
Oh, vicious mockery counts as magic, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's a cantrip and not a spell. So if you wanted to use your bonus action to use healing word,
Remembering that Brian was whining before and being a little baby, I'm gonna point at him and cast a healing word.
Okay,
Stop!
so that's a deep.
Stop crying! And then it's
Sheik, it's your go.
I heal him.
I'm ready.
How much is that? Sorry.
Just one.
Plus
Thank
your
you.
charisma.
Oh, in that case, 5. Thank God for that.
Thank you.
Sheik, your go.
Then the shark's been pulled out to the side of the raft, right?
Yeah, so you can see it, but it is under the water.
Yeah, wonderful. Then I'd just like to sort of tiptoe towards the edge and go, bang, and then just try and shoot it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
That is 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Where's the sweet spot? Somewhere
That
around there.
hits, yeah.
Right. Oh, obviously it'll be a Thundermonger, so that is 10 plus.
Even with that tentative firing like that, it's still a Thundermonger, is it?
I mean, you're really asking two questions here. What is a Thundermonger, and when is it appropriate? I am a Thundermonger. I am always appropriate.
Okay.
But it's not that much damage. It's 16 damage to hit. 16 damage total.
16 damage. Can you make a athletic saving throw, please?
Sure. That's 18. 17 plus 1.
Okay, so you tentatively tiptoe over and fire the Thundermonger kind of bullet. The big back of the hat sends your arm flying back. You take about 4 or 5 steps backwards, but you do manage to hold on to the gun and, in fact, your balance. That's a crying shame. By this point as well, the hat that one of the goblins was wearing, the sort of Napoleonic hat, has floated by the raft. That's just sort of there bobbing away.
I'm just going to reload my gun as well.
Okay, Sheik, that was your go. The giant shark
Reload, and that's it.
Grappling with handbag is is gonna it's a 24 to hit.
It hits.
Yeah, it does. And that is, God's sake, sorry. That is 18 points of damage as its jaws crash into you. Come on, that's got to be
Okay, with that, the second octopus form drops.
Can I ask a question about your eagles as well?
Mm-hmm.
Are they concentration?
They are concentration. Would you like
I would like, yeah, real concentration save. And to be honest, though, that should have been happening on every round. You've been taking damage. So that's. Let's say that they're gone. It's just as much my fault. So they fly up in the air and look for land, and suddenly one of them has an idea of something, and would love to tell you, but just whoosh, disappears into eagle feathers.
Oh no.
Okay. And you're okay. You're still octopus form, are you?
No, octopus has dropped. I'm now just me.
Oh. I am excited. So it is now Brian's go.
So what do I see in terms of there's the map.
You see a person doing battle with a giant shark, and Pluck. Have you got out of the water, Pluck?
Yeah, I'm still in the water. It's just head out.
Okay, cool.
And do I see?
You can see the shark. It's like, I mean, its body. It's huge. You know.
No, I mean the shape that I saw.
Yeah. So if you want to make a perception check, make a perception check.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to I'm going to throw 2 javelins at the shark.
How many javelins have you got left?
That's it after that.
And like, where have they been in all this? Same place as Sheik Sheen's dungeoneering pack, you know? Just
It's basic starting character gear. You get it when you create the character. Everyone gets one.
That you're all just like these Swiss Army knives of stuff. Like, oh yeah, I had that all the time while I was going through doorways and like doing difficult maneuvers. You know, it just anyway. Yeah, you throw your
from Adam West.
Uh,
I wish we really had some shark repellent spray though right now. That would be.
So 26 for the first one.
Yeah, 26 hits. Yeah.
9 points of damage for that one.
So that giant shark now has got at least 2 javelins just sticking into it and coming out.
And the second one.
Yep.
Oh, that was so close. That's almost an extra 20, but it's a 10 to hit.
It hit. Oh, a 10's a hit. Yeah. No, it doesn't. That doesn't hit. No, the javelin just goes flashing into the water. Handbag, I'm guessing your armor class is higher than 10, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Top of the round is the shark is going to move out of the cloud of daggers.
So it takes 44 damage.
Yeah, roll it then.
Okay. 8, 11, 19.
19. Sorry, from 4d4.
Oh no, I counted wrong. I'm sorry. It's 15. I'm sorry. I got really excited.
Brian, what's your armor class?
Mine?
Yeah.
15.
So the other shark, that shark that's moved out of the cloud of daggers, takes a berth, a swim, and beaches itself as it slams itself across, jaws sinking into the back of you. You take 17 points of damage.
Okay, so I
Halved because you're raging.
I'm not raging.
You're not raging.
No.
Okay.
That fell. So I, for a moment, go unconscious and then go with my half-orc racial ability. So I'm at 1 hit point.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. And you just, as you come back round, you just feel a slather of wet fishtail just slapping across as it slithers back into the water. Anyone that stood on the raft as that shark goes past you would get an attack of opportunity.
Am I allowed one?
Yeah, of course you are. You've reloaded.
Yeah. Okay, I'll definitely take that.
It's going to put you in a weird order because it means you'll have to bonus action first on your next round. But
I'll take the shot for sure. That's an unnatural 20 to hit.
Technically, it's close range, so disadvantage.
Okay. 23.
Okay, so roll damage.
So it'll be without because it costs an action for me to do that. 7 damage.
Okay, so as the shark is running past or slithering past, you line up your shot both carefully and frantically, not wanting to shoot Brian in the face because that would be terrible at this stage. You unload a round into the shark and it just sort of slithers to a halt, lying on top of Brian, currently pinning him down. It is dead. Bag, it's your go. There's a giant shark on you.
It's the big one.
I'm now in the water. How far away am I from the raft?
It's a 6 feet swim back to the surface. If we were to go from a diagonal angle, I would say it's about 15 feet. Maybe a bit more than that. About, I don't know.
I'm currently in melee range with the
giant shark.
Giant shark. Okay, so I'm going. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll fucking go for it and see. I'm going to cast Gust of Wind with my action at the shark.
Yep.
So it needs to succeed on a strength save.
Strength is its thing.
I know it was a mistake. Now I'm thinking about it, but I've said it.
That's okay.
Yay.
It rolled a 16.
Okay, that is what it needed to get, so it is fine.
It's there though for every turn, so the shark will have to.
For every turn, yeah.
Yeah. So that will be the shark's turn. He's okay for this one round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to screw it. I'm going to swim. I'm going to kind of keep the arm, or as best I can, aiming the gust of wind at the shark, but try to swim round the shark towards the raft. I assume it's going to attack me.
Well, of course it is. Yes. And it is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
And you take.
Oh no.
6 or a 0? It's a 6. So you take 18, 24 points of damage.
Okay. Oof, that's a lot of damage in one hit. That's fine.
Oh no.
And you're swimming. How much is your swim
30
speed?
feet.
30 feet. So that swim speed is halved. And not because of your arm. So as you begin to push through the water, you feel as though the tide is moving against you. You actually feel as if if anything, you're being pulled backward in a direction.
Okay.
And at the same time, the raft is also beginning to just feel the pull as well, just moving ever so slightly.
Okay.
No.
Pluck, your go.
Okay. So I can see the big sharky shark. I'm still in the water.
What are you? Brilliant.
I'd like to dive down to where Bag is.
Bag is currently by the raft. He's kind of made it. So
Oh, is it? Okay, I'd like to go and reach Bag then.
yeah, bear in mind there is an apex predator just staring its cold, dark eyes at you.
There's a what?
An apex predator.
Oh, when did that happen? Why is it looking at me? Oh no!
You're nearest to it. It's just a shark. It's the same shark that we've heard.
Oh right.
About a great white.
In that case, I'm going to vicious mockery the shark.
Okay, right. Go ahead.
You tell him.
Oh, what are you telling him again? Are you under the water? Or are you?
No,
are you
I'm above
surface?
water now. I'm above water now.
Making that mistake, yeah.
Leave my friends alone, you fishy smelling overgrown fish face.
Brilliant. I mean, at that moment, you do remember that a shark has no way of comprehending words, but but sure. Yeah, it passes the save.
Okay. Swim over to the raft.
Okay, that will be the end of your go. Unless you want to use your bonus action to do anything. You've been very stingy with those inspiration die this round.
Oh my god, I have. Oh, they're D8s as well now. Bag, you brilliant son of a bitch! You can do this, and I give him a bardic die.
Okay, so Bag has a bardic die of inspiration. Cool. Shikshin, your go.
So we've got the shark in front, and we've got some giant force behind us that's below the water. Otherwise, we'd be able to...
Yeah, so that's currently kind of coming at you. I'd say it's about 20 feet away now.
The giant thing.
Whatever that thing is, yeah.
Shit. I don't think I'd have time to process that. I'll reload my gun.
So you'd be able to see a sort of change in the water, just a dark shadow that's at least, about 3 football pitches long?
Oh, God.
I don't want to alarm anyone, and I'll start pointing in the other direction. And then, what's happening with the shark? He's just still there, sort of circling the boat.
Yeah, he's in the water. He's just taking chunks out of handbag.
Right. Then I'll indicate backwards and I'll aim up my gun and go, bang, and then take a shot.
At the shark.
Aiming at the shark, that is.
Yeah, roll to hit.
As a
All
thunder
right.
banger.
Bonus action to reload, haven't you?
I've used my bonus action to reload. I will not be reloading again this turn. 26, 19 plus 7.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
Ooh, where is the golden zone? Somewhere around there. So that's 12 plus 11, 23. It's just not a bad average.
Not bad, not bad, not bad.
And then I would like to go. I'd like to use my movement to go prone and sort of try and cling onto the raft for whatever forces come in from the other direction.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and we'll say that you do so. No problems. The shark now only having the nearest target to it is Pluck, and you've taken damage, my friend, haven't you? You're not at your full hit points.
No, I'm not.
Good to know.
No, I'm not.
20, that's 25 to hit.
Oh, that hits me.
Hits me real good.
Is
And
it
you
in the gust of wind? Does it need to check again?
does indeed. It is a natural 1.
So it's pushed 15 feet back.
15 feet back. And that's all you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian. Ben, I hate you so much. Brian. Brian, your go.
I'm going to get up, which is half a movement.
Can you make an athletics check to see if you can push the body of a reef shark or a hunter shark off you?
Oh, okay. Athletics. A saving throw, did you say?
Yep.
18.
Yeah, the shark comes off and you're up and ready for fight.
Is there still... Oh, what?
Just the giant shark, which has just moved away at least 15 feet. There's not much you can...
I can't do anything.
No, no.
I can throw a dagger.
Yeah, go for it.
I doubt I had my hand. I'm not going to say I have my hand axes anymore.
No, I think they were left in the stern of the boat.
Don't know.
They were. So.
16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits, yeah.
And that's a total of 6 points of damage. I rolled a 1.
Poor shark. Okay, so that's the end of that round. The water around I assume most of you are on the raft apart from Pluck and Handbag. You're still in the water, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The water almost around you begins to look as though, like when you're in a bath and you pull out the plug and it begins to sort of disappear down.
Yeah.
A whirlpool of water begins to kind of occur as the water itself begins to disappear, and what was once a solid of an ocean starts to be dripping down. Suddenly, it's almost like a cave mouth opens and seems to be just guzzling the water itself, drinking it down. The raft begins to move as well. If any of you want to make perception, does anyone want to make a perception check?
Yes, please.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Mm-hmm. 17 plus 5.
17.
17. Pluck 17, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
25.
25.
22.
Okay. So, well, you're all 17, so you're all good. So it's difficult to make out too much, but as the cave opens, you just see giant blue mollusk bitten skin open up wide. It's got marks and sort of slashes upon it as the roof begins to open. There's barnacles and urchins kind of lining this thing. You see giant, brushy, long pieces of hair that go all the way along the roof of the cave as it sucks you in. Those of you that rolled over 20, deeper into the cave, you can see a shark fin slapping around. The raft begins to tip and move and drag, and unless you hunker down, you're going to go falling in. So everybody, apart from Shikshi, you can roll with advantage, make an athletics save. Handbag and Pluck, can you make acrobatic saves, please?
Yep.
Oh God.
12.
I got
14 with advantage.
What did you get, Pluck?
16.
16. Okay, so Pluck, you managed to sort of dodge out of the way as the raft itself comes hurtling towards you. Handbag, all you can do is cling on to the raft. It's almost acting like this is you, you're wrapping around it as it pushes in forward. Shikshi, you got a 14, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Ride it. It's almost like riding a magic carpet ride of kind of destruction. Brian?
27.
27. Brian doesn't even grab onto anything. He just bends his knees and adopts like almost a surfing stance, ready.
It's him riding one of the shark's corpses down, surfing.
Pluck, while you avoid the raft, you can't escape the sort of suction or the sort of disappearance of water, which pulls you in as well. You all come slamming in, a mixture of water, flotsam and jetsam kind of splashing in your face as you slam into the cave entrance and almost like a reception area. As you turn round, the cave mouth drops behind you. You're surrounded by hairy bristles, hairy bristly kind of, I can't describe the inside of, hopefully by now you've gathered that you're inside a whale, but the inside of a whale's mouth kind of clasps down around you. The water that has come in with you fills up this area of the whale's mouth, which is like a giant cave, and provides just enough water for a shark to be able to swim.
Wow.
Yeah, so you now find yourself trapped inside a cat-like, mouth-like feature with an angry giant shark that turns and begins to go mad in its frustration at being trapped. Top of the round, bag, go. You are currently pinned up against the wall between raft and I can't describe the inside of a whale's mouth, but I guess a blubbery, rubbery texture, which is both like firm but not hard, not abrasive. You are a sitting duck here, though, Handbag.
Okay. I'm going to get out from. Can I try and get out from where I'm pinned?
Yeah, you can, but it will be a strength saving throw. No athletics, just strength.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Quick.
5.
I realize like 3 hours. 5. Like you can't budge, you can't move. You're just trapped there. Anything else you'd like to do?
Is that my action?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
No, that's fair. That's fine. Then I will try and actually get further down and try and kind of hunker down where I am as best I can whilst pinned.
Okay, you do your best to go prone and make yourself less of a target. Absolutely. Yeah. I think because it's late and because I want to get to an end of this, I'll say, look, 7 seconds per turn. Anyone goes over that, you lose your turn, just because we're in high frantic of a shark trying to kill you. And what I don't want is the pace to drop too much. Okay. So look, you'll go.
You're swim towards the shark.
Yeah.
And immediately just cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. So,
Constitution save.
Everybody make Constitution saves, please.
Okay.
Apart from Plot. Yep, sure.
5.
11.
11. So anyone that rolled lower than
15.
Sorry, what is
18 plus 6.
So anyone lower than 15 takes full damage. Pluck, roll your damage, please.
It was
It was how much, sorry?
11 damage.
11 damage.
I'm out.
Oh no, I'm killed. God.
I've got
Who's-
2 health.
Christ. Okay. Did you long rest? Yeah. Have you been attacked?
Me?
Who said they're out? Brian.
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay.
Oh
Cool.
God, no! Oh no!
Okay. Handbag. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm down.
Whoa! 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 Okay. Jeez. Jeez. Sheik Sheen. Oh, Pluck. You've used you've got a bonus action.
Look at what I've done. Say no!
Okay. And somehow that inspires Sheik Sheen if you want to give him a D8.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Sheik Sheen.
I've got a D8. All right, wonderful. I'm going to use my bonus action to reload my gun, and I'm just going to take a shot. Just like seeing everyone fall around me, I go.
Do you want to call on anyone to help you? You can feel
Well,
you can feel the voice inside you.
Oh no!
I shouldn't, but you know I'm gonna.
Roll
And
with
I'm going to allow him to take control. Do you say roll with advantage?
Yeah, with advantage.
26, 19 plus 7. God damn it.
Okay, so
want that
we
crit.
haven't discussed this yet, but I'm kind of making some choices about your visitor, and one of those is if it's a 19, it's a crit.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I'll take that. So that's double the
But because
dice.
you're using it, there will be consequences.
Understood. So let me just work this out. 12 plus 4 is 16, and then 10 plus 10. So what have I just said? So that's
16 plus 10, 36.
36 damage. Oh!
Okay. In the shark's face, its nose is ripping apart. There's just it's a mix now of bone and flesh, and the only thing that's keeping it going is pure need for survival. But it come for you. So have you taken any damage, Sheik Sheen? Are you at full health?
No, I've got 2 health left.
Okay. So,
I'm
so
okay.
if you're bleeding, it's advantage. And the first roll was a natural 1. And the second was a 7 plus 6, 13 to hit.
That will miss. My armor class is 16.
Oh, so the shark, trying its best to move against the debris and rubble, is ow, ow, and it's like probably like that's the shark and that's you. It's the end of Mission Impossible 1 on that, the helicopter, and the blade is like. We've got that kind of going on. Brian, your go.
Throw.
Brian.
You immediately fail one because you are in water.
Oh. Okay. Fail. I need to roll one.
We'll do 20, please. Quick.
It's a 12.
Okay, yeah, you're okay. That's 1 success and 1 failure. Top of the round, Handbag, your go. You immediately lose a death saving throw because you are also just in water.
Okay, I can use my D8 as well. That's an 11. So
Okay, one save, 1 fail. Pluck, your go.
I want to cast a cloud of daggers around the great white shark.
Okay, so if it starts its turn there, it's 4d4, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then you can. Okay, brilliant.
I think about everything that I did wrong.
Anything else that you'd like to
Not
do?
bring anyone back. No.
Can I come towards Bag, please?
You certainly can. Yeah,
Oh, am I at him now?
you are. That's 18 to hit.
Oh, that will hit me.
Shark takes a bite at you as you move out of its range. You take 25 points of damage.
Oh, okay. I am very squishy.
Are you still up?
Barely.
Okay. Anything else that you would like to do, Pluck? I think the two dying characters are very upset that you went with Cloud of Daggers over a healing.
Well, I've only got one left, so there. And at
Well,
least
to be friends.
that's everything.
Okay.
I can't use it. I've used the spell already. I can't physically do anything.
Sheen, you'll go.
All right, I would like to. If the shark's still snapping at me right up in my face, I'd like to reload my gun.
It's just turned to bite Pluck, so you're. It's not. But yeah, reload your gun. You take the opportunity to reload as its attention is on Pluck.
Yeah, and then I'd just like to smoothly stroll up in the direction of wherever it's sort of snapping. Just put the gun straight against the shark's head and be like, "That's enough." Thundermonger right through the cranium.
Make an attack roll, please. And we'll say that because you're channeling the person that you should not, that we won't do disadvantage. We'll just do flat roll, okay?
All right, we might have lost Ben. So 13 plus 6, that's 19 damage.
Tell me how it happens.
Oh, thank God.
Exactly, just like that. I'm gonna just push its face to the side so its mouth's away from it. Put the gun straight against its head. That's enough. The gun, it should, like, the chaos of it, the impact will splatter its head wide open. Guts will go flying all over all of us, and that's it. And then immediately, everyone's dead! Everyone's dead! What happened?
The shark is dead. Shark bits are everywhere. You find yourself stood on what can only be described as a tongue when the water does dip and ebb and flow. Brian lays face down in the water. What's his face? Handbag lies face down in the water. Pluck is stood there with head in hands. And that's why we end the mission.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That feels like the place to end it.
Well done, everyone.
Well done.
Although I feel like I shouldn't be involved.
I think more damage than the shark.
I didn't realize.
Crashed and back.
So
TPK, man, we're all out. That's it.
We're
Shark
ending the
fucking
session.
got us.
Yeah, it's TPK, Ben.
TPK, man, we're
No,
out.
it's not. Stop.
It's not.
It's TPK. So Sheen managed to finish off the giant shark with a
good.
to the head. And we will draw a close with the four of you trapped inside the mouth of a whale, a giant whale, but Handbag and Brian unconscious. Your bodies, the water just seemingly just sort of begins to seep out of the bristles, so you're just sort of left not drowning, but certainly at the moment unconscious. And as the water drops, the raft drops. You're just there on a very spongy surface. And the other thing that just sort of gently kind of eases up as the wave or the water, just as it's easing out, a Napoleonic hat just lands at Pluck's feet, just in front of him. And that is definitely where we'll end tonight. So
I am no leader.
thank you very much,
You are,
everybody.
buddy.
Thank you.
Guys. Oh.
That was a lot, right?
Yeah.
It was like, here's the shark. Now here's the fucking shark. Oh, okay. Now here's Monstro. It was
I'm
such a
so
literal food chain. I loved it.
I'm so terrible at describing things. I was like bristles, bristly mouth. The cave's a bristly mouth.
If you've
We
ever
were
got
there.
anything-
We're in a whale.
I know what you mean. It's a really difficult thing to describe because I can see what you mean. Like all the
Bristle.
seaweedy tendril bristly things hanging down, the netting of the inside of the mouth and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just thinking
But
of
I don't know the word.
Nemo. Just thinking of Nemo.
Yeah, yeah.
No concept of space and
I appreciate it though, because I know that fight was difficult and a very close call. But by God, I was like, there were what, 8 enemies, and you blasted through like 5 of them in seconds, and I was like, oh, it's too easy. It's too easy.
it doesn't feel like
Didn't
it.
feel like it for Brian. He absolutely got torn a new one.
Right, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
amazed I'm up.
Where are you left at? You're like 2 hit points.
2 hit points. No heals, no healing potions.
And Pluck, you're doing okay.
Oh, 5.
You're on 5. Well, the word. I hate to be that guy that's like, here's what you could have had, but there was plenty of stuff in the wreckage. There was plenty of stuff in the barrels floating around. But
Totally.
tough is good. Yeah, it's cool.
There's well treasure in a whale, though. Everyone knows if there's a giant whale and you get swallowed by it, there'll be treasure in there.
We're still not into the main stuff that really I kind of have planned. We're now.
It all really gets going once you get inside the second giant whale that eats the first one. That's
There is always a bigger fish.
I'm going to stop the record if that's okay with everyone.
I think yeah. So
Are we saying goodbye to the potential viewers?
Yeah. If
Thank
Bye,
you.
potential viewers.
Thank you if you're at home.
Not that bad at D&D.
we'll sort out audio at some point if this becomes a real thing. So. Yeah.
Thank you.